Hijack is an Apple TV Plus original series starring Idris Elba. All 7 episodes are currently available. When flight KA-29 is hijacked during a 7-hour flight from Dubai to London, Sam Nelson, played by Elba, attempts to use his skills as a high-stakes corporate negotiator to save everyone on board. As the story unfolds, we get to know select passengers and how their lives outside the plane are affecting their actions during the hijacking. We also get to know the why of the situation and the larger story back on the ground. To keep the tension high, show creators Jim Field-Smith and George Kay have the series play out in more or less real time. A 7-hour flight over 7 episodes. I've been on a massive Apple TV Plus kick. I tend to rotate streamers so I'm not paying $300 a month, and I can still attempt to keep up on all the big stuff. I'm finding virtually everything on Apple TV is made with the highest production value and an eye on quality. Even the series that missed the mark for me feel solid and they look incredible. Hijack was one I was drawn to based on star power. Who doesn't love Idris Elba? I thought it was a movie when I first put it on and was surprised to see an episode list. That made me a little afraid it would fall into the trap of network TV shows where the stakes have to keep getting higher and higher despite too large of an episode order. With the bulk of the story taking place on a plane, it could easily feel like too much at a point and ruin the suspension of disbelief. Another fear I had was sustaining the tension over 7 weeks. Luckily, I came into the series when 5 of the 7 episodes were released. I was thankful for this because the tense drama greatly benefits from a binge. I barreled through the first 5 in 1 day. The tension is very real when you're in that world, but having to cool down for a week, my interest in the 6th episode was severely diminished. The quality of the show didn't dip. It felt like a natural progression of the story. It's just that it took a fair portion of that episode to get back into the right headspace and to feel the tension again. I wanted the initial feeling of discovery back that venturing into the series initially delivered. A 7-hour sit is a big ask with everyone's busy lives, but over a span of days is much better than over a span of weeks. I'm not really sure what other solution there would have been for this. Watering down the series and making it a movie would have taken way too much away from it, and it wouldn't have been as strong. 7 episodes is already a light episode order for a series, so making that even longer would have stretched things too thin. If Apple TV released all the episodes at once, that may have given audiences a better experience, those who had the time to binge it, but then people wouldn't have had to subscribe for multiple months of Apple TV Plus and re-log into the app over and over, which means that the app has less chance of grabbing your attention. Hijack is a 7-hour adventure that's well shot, well acted, and well written. Some bits of the story feel a little too convenient, and others overstay their welcome. More on Elba's character would have gone a long way for me. It feels like we're supposed to be into the character because of the actor and not because of the on-screen persona. At times, the series verges on feeling like one of those old network dramas I mentioned, where you see every twist and turn coming, and the really good stuff always feels like it's being held back. But the writers of Hijack always found a way to course correct, no pun intended, before those feelings could really solidify, which elevated the final product. All 7 episodes of Hijack are currently streaming on Apple TV+. Let's be honest, you're going to be resubscribing for Ted Lasso at some point anyway, so you might as well check these out while you're there too.